Did you know that if your flight is delayed, the airline should be providing you with free food and drinks? Or that if you cancel your ticket or miss your flight, the airline should be reimbursing you with up to 70% of your ticket price? Stay tuned for more laws that airlines don't want you to know. Know before you go! Number 1. It's illegal to charge for hand luggage. By law, hand luggage is considered necessary items and not baggage. Therefore, an airline cannot legally charge you for bringing it aboard. Airlines that still charge their passengers for hand luggage do so because the money they receive from doing this greatly outweighs what they have to pay out to the very few passengers who actually claim compensation and the fines they have to pay for breaking the law in the first place. Number 2. Ticket refund. Whether you cancel your ticket in advance or just moments before your flight, even if it's entirely your own fault, you are in fact entitled to at least a partial refund. Ticket prices can be broken down into 3 parts: the base fare, fees, and taxes. If you cancel just before the flight, you are entitled to a refund on the fees and taxes, which in some cases can be up to 70% of the ticket price. If you notify the airline before you cancel and they are able to resell your ticket, you could be entitled to up to 95% of your ticket price. Number 3. Delays. If your flight arrives at its final destination over 3 hours late and the delay wasn't due to extraordinary circumstances such as extreme weather, you are entitled to compensation. On flights up to 1,500 kilometers, the amount is €250. On flights between 1,500 and 3,500 kilometers, it's €400. And on flights over 3,500 kilometers, it's €600. If your flight is delayed by 2 hours, the airline is obliged to supply you with free meals and refreshments. If this delay should exceed 5 hours, you are no longer obliged to take the flight, and the airline must provide you with either a full refund, a ticket for a later flight under comparable conditions, or an alternative form of transport. And independent of the option you choose, you are also entitled to the compensation of up to €600, depending on the distance of your flight. Number 4. Cancellations. If your airline cancels your flight over 14 days beforehand, they are not obliged to pay you compensation. If they cancel between 8 and 14 days before, they must offer an alternative flight with a departure time variation of no more than 2 hours and an arrival time no greater than 4, or they must pay you compensation. If they cancel less than 7 days before, they must offer an alternative with variations of less than an hour in departure and 2 in arrival. However, should the airline offer you an alternative that falls outside of this time frame, or should they offer you coupons or vouchers, or fail to offer an alternative at all, they are obliged to compensate you in the same manner as if your flight were delayed. €250 for 1,500 kilometers, 400 for between 1,500 and 3,500 kilometers, and 600 for over 3,500 kilometers. Should you opt for an alternative flight outside the compensation-free time frame, they are also obliged to pay you 50% of the compensation due. Number 5. Boarding denied. There are various reasons why boarding can be denied, but the most common are overbooking, errors inspecting travel documents, or traveling with a different credit card than the one used to book the flight. And these reasons are all considered the airline's responsibility and therefore deserve compensation. The quantity of the compensation is the same as if the flight were delayed or cancelled: 600 for 3,500 kilometers, 250 for 1,500 kilometers, and 400 for anywhere in between. Should you be offered an accept an alternative flight within the stipulated time frame, this compensation is reduced to half that amount. Number 6. Lost or damaged luggage. From the moment your luggage has been correctly checked in, it is entirely the airline's responsibility. Therefore, should your luggage get lost, be delayed, or get damaged, you are also entitled to compensation. This compensation should cover the costs of replacing any broken items, reimburse you the cost of any emergency purchases you made due to its delay, and replace any of the articles that have been lost, and could be as much as €1,500. However, should your luggage go astray, you must claim compensation in a timely manner and be sure to fill in a property irregularity report form before you leave the airport. Which one of these facts surprised you the most? Comment below.